How did you land the gig with PTI?
PTI was a um, open kind of note outside the door of the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire slash 2 minute drill office, which was my first or 1A, 1B with Channel 11 job that I had, 2000. I was writing and researching trivia questions and writing the scripts for Channel 11's Sal Marciano and the late Sean Kimmerling. And I just noticed that they were looking for a researcher for a new show that they were considering out of Washington. This was right after September 11th.
Yeah.
The city was of course just had a cloud over it, and I feel that very much. If I were to get in my headspace right now, the smell of September 11th, the feel of September 11th, and thinking I should go to DC for a little while and see what this is. I interviewed for a researcher job a month before we went to air. I got the researcher to acquit Kornheiser and Wilbon. Not that they don't have the tools to know their arguments, but just to make sure. And at that moment, while riffing with them, the producers, Eric Rydell and Matt Keller, said, "This is part of the show right here." This, and that was the light bulb moment, along with 3 or 4 others for PTI. I think a clock, a rundown of what's coming up, the brilliance of Kornheiser and Wilbon, and that they're not even brother, that partner matrimony that they have, and then yes, these brilliant people can be called out, or we can have our errors and omissions fact checking corrections page that a newspaper has. So that's how I got. I mean, I got the job just as the researcher, and I was on air for the first episode for those 10 seconds, living a dream that I didn't exactly have the blueprint for. But yeah, that's how it started.
And then was it from that point on that you were on for those 10 seconds every single
Yeah,
episode,
I
or
mean,
did
yeah, I
it
mean,
grow into being a daily thing?
right. One particular day we may have been long and we had no mistakes that day.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
though, so yeah, I mean, I did every episode. I was in right off camera with them, you know, and I think I took it upon myself because the show was somewhat of a creative vortex, to take along with the other producers, that middle segment of the show after the interview to make it into the game because I liked game shows. I was coming off of a game show. So then it was, how can we have the same debate that we would have had if it was the first segment, but dress it up in a new way, literally dress it up, and at some point, Corners says, I want to dress up. And at some point, Wilbon, his personality was such a way that he would be able to call out Tony on that, and I would dress them up as like I said, police officers, or what's the word? I mean, I can't remember which games I yelled out first or which games Matt Kelleher yelled out first, but I do know in that segment that's when I really wanted to work, and then I came to host whatever, what's the word, and Oddsmaker and those segments too.
Did you view PTI as a stepping stone in your career?
No, no. I viewed it as, a show where I was learning how to become a producer.
Yeah.
I had probably back pocketed the idea that I was going to definitely call the Yankees. Could I have gone to Des Moines, Iowa, and did minor league baseball like my friends or people in the business? Definitely. Although I knew my speed and my pace, I wanted to be in New York or at DC at the time. I knew I had to work on my delivery in ways that I was, going to. But once being in production of a daily TV show came into focus for me, I enjoyed that. That's creation. So as much as I liked performing and I love performing, I realized how much I liked creating, right? And that's what PTI offered me. So then now I'm thinking, okay, well, let's produce PTI and do the 10 seconds. And then maybe there's another show that comes out of it that I can even extend that. So maybe a stepping stone in production, but
Yeah.
not in on air. I didn't see 10 seconds or 30 seconds turning into the host of an entire half-hour block that would be on TV for 23 years. No, I didn't see that.